Alright, there it is, the finale of my wife's Puch Maxi. Plan A for the exhaust is just to clean this thing out and see what I can do to de-restrict it. Maybe open it up a little bit here. I'm not 100% sure. I gotta get into it and see what's inside. It's already kicking out bunches of nastiness, so there's certainly some cleaning that needs to be done. I'd like to keep the stock look on that bike as much as possible. My wife doesn't want a big honking dang exhaust on that thing, so let's just see what we can do. Alright, so this thing pulls right out. I actually have this gasket. This gasket comes with the Puch E50 gasket set, so I've got one of these. And I think when I first bought the Puch, I might have come in here and just drilled out these holes a little bit. There it is. God dang it. I'm not really enlarging these holes here. I'm more just kind of smoothing them out and easing the transitions. It's not a good idea to really mess with your exhaust too much because those things are tuned, and messing with the back pressure could negatively impact the performance of your bike. Alright, last thing is I'm just going to open up this this inlet a touch. Alright, so this is where the gasket goes right here. There it is. Got it cleaned up. Yeah, these things are awesome. These little, just use some dyes just to clean up the little threads. Well, that's it. She's built. It's about 1 in the morning, so I'm not gonna try to start her tonight. I think it's one of the prettiest mopeds I've ever built. I'm gonna reveal her to my wife tomorrow too. My wife hasn't seen her either, so tomorrow will be a big day. I'll bring her over, I'll show her the moped, and then hopefully start it up and ride. Actually, hopefully start it up and ride it, then show the wife so that I don't have to sit here and troubleshoot while she's here. Holy moly. If she rides half as good as she looks, then I'll be a happy man. Alright. He's got to come up a little bit. I'm just doing this a little bit. My wife's coming later and we'll dial it in, but this is way low. Ah! Perfect. Well, perfect for me. I'm not sure how that's going to be for my wife. We'll find out. You know, sit on it like a regular you're going to run it. Okay. Just like that. What do you think?
Yeah, that's good. Maybe a little bit back on the handlebars.
Yeah, it feels like they need to be back.
Just a little bit.
What do I do? Oh. Hold up here. Alright, so here's where we're at. This thing starts right up and it runs 100% totally fine as long as the choke is on. As soon as I pull the choke off, it dies. It'll run at full wide open throttle, but other than that, it won't idle with the choke down, and something's wrong. Whenever I see where it'll run with the choke on and it won't run with the choke off, I immediately start thinking that there's an air leak. So I'm going to do the old tried and true method of just spraying some carb cleaner around the carb to see when it, you'll either hear it bump up or it'll just kill it 100%. Oh, found it. First try. Yep, right here in between the carb and the intake. Ah, that was easy. I think I'm just going to take it off. I'm going to put an O-ring in there to seal it up. Start it back up and see what happens. Alright, I put an O-ring in there. Let's see what happens. Oh, start. So, I was over here all day long yesterday. I didn't film any of it. I wrote it. I did 3 different plug chops on this, trying to get the jet dialed in. Turns out number 74 is the correct jet on this. She's running great. The other thing I did is I tweaked the timing. I got the timing absolutely perfect. I didn't show it. There's a fantastic tutorial on how to do that for a Puch Maxi on Travis Tutorials YouTube channel. I'll link it below. I just followed that, except I also had a timing light, which they didn't have, but I used my timing light and And I got it dialed in perfectly. 17 degrees before top dead center, which is, I think, maybe 1.5 millimeters before top dead center. I'm not 100% sure though. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, I think she's running exactly as well as she ever could be running. So I'm gonna take her out and get a speed on her. Let me show you how easy she starts up. Remember, the only purpose I really had for this restoration was to make her look good and to make her reliable. Well, the looks speak for themselves. I think this is the prettiest moped I've ever built. I absolutely love the color, and more importantly, my wife loves it. And then the other thing was reliability, and I'm about to show you. I mean, this really is a 100% complete cold start. Watch this. All right, I'm gonna take her out. I'll let you know what she does. It's cold out there. It's real cold out there. I didn't ride it a ton. I did find a good straightaway. I didn't go to my testing grounds, but I did find a good straightaway. So she did 36.3 miles an hour, which is about 6 miles an hour more than she did before the restoration. And I think that's bang on. And honestly, I mean, it's windy and cold and miserable out there. I think if I had a nice day in a long straightaway, I could get her up to 38, thereabouts. But she's perfect. This is exactly right for my wife, and I wouldn't change a thing about her. Well, I would change a thing about her. But my wife wouldn't change a thing about her, and that's the important thing. Anyway, I'm calling her done. Addendum to the Puch Maxi rebuild. Okay, you probably just got finished watching me take this bad boy out for a ride and speed testing it. That was about a week ago. Here it is a week later. And you can see I have the Magnum sitting in the back ready to come up on the table. But I have the Maxi back up on the table. And why is that? Well, yes, this is my wife's bike. And I did fix it to the way she likes it. But if I'm being honest, while it is her bike, it's in my stable of bikes. I consider it part of my collection. And as such, I haven't been able to feel fantastic about this bike. And I'll tell you why. It's this stock cylinder. Yes, I ported it. Yes, it does 36, 37 miles an hour. But last week, Treats had a 20% off sale. And this little 50cc head that's got some fantastic porting on it, it's only $55 regular. And then with the 20% off, it's down to $44. And $44 is just too good of a deal for me to pass up. So I didn't pass it up. I went ahead and bought it. I didn't like the piston in that thing. I don't like the way it looks. I like my bikes to have a brand spanking new cylinder and piston in them. So I'm putting this thing on, and I figured I'd make it fun. I'd see how fast I can flip a cylinder on a Puch Maxi. My bet is 35 minutes. Alright, first thing, this isn't a milled face, it's a cast face, and while it's a good casting, I don't like to trust that, so I'm going to go ahead and run it over just some 2000 grit, just to make sure it's nice and flat and true, and shine it up and make sure that thing's going to seal perfectly. Oh yeah, here we go. Hold on, sorry. On your mark, get set, go. Oh, damn. Oh, I've got these cuts on my hand. Oh, man.
Let's try to impress you again. When we catch our breath, we'll drive through the countryside in our tiny little car. We'll spin out some figure eights on millionaires' real estate, and I'll fall deep in love.